What's up, gamers? I'm here to talk a little bit about Marvel's Avengers today. We're going to talk about some of the recent updates that are headed our way, and we're going to do our usual marketplace analysis for the week. One of the things that Crystal Dynamics has been talking about is this XP rework. What they've said is that the current XP curve isn't really a curve at all. The path from level 1 to 50, when we're just leveling our character, we're adding skills and stuff. This is not the gear level or what they call power. Okay, so it's not your gear score or any of that summation of that. That's a separate thing that probably needs to be worked on at some point, which I imagine they are doing. But yeah, here, the current XP curve is not a curve at all. In most RPGs, the amount of XP you need to level up increases as you gain levels in a curve, but our system is a straight line. So what they mean by that is, like, sometimes you'll just get skills really quickly because maybe you'll be fighting a bunch of enemies in a certain mission or a harm room or whatever it may be, and all of a sudden you go to your character screen and maybe you look at your gear for a second, and then you look at your skills, and then all of a sudden you have like 3 or 4 skill points, and it's like, wow, I got those in like 30 minutes or an hour or whatever. It feels kind of unbalanced, especially when you get in the end game. All of a sudden you're unlocking a bunch of skill points and stuff, and then you hit cap. You hit 50 on that, and then there's kind of nowhere else to go, and then you really have to just decide, do you want to continue playing the game and invest your time in grinding for gear and costumes and all that type of stuff. So based on these issues, they're going to increase the amount of XP needed to level up, starting at around level 25. So that's going to kind of slow the grind. Some people are kind of upset about this. I can understand that. There are, look at how many characters we have on screen right now. We have 7 characters. We're adding Hawkeye March 18th. So that's going to be 8 characters. So imagine unless you're just going to play one character, which I, don't really recommend. I think it's great to learn to play each Avenger. And, I've kind of got my 4. I've got Black Widow, Iron Man, Cap, and Thor that I've been heavily focusing on. Kate Bishop, I've kind of got her in an okay place. And then, eventually with Kamala and Hulk, I'm definitely going to go back with them and learn to play them and level them up a bit. I want all my Avengers to be strong, and I enjoy playing as each character because I think they've done a really good job, not just with writing the characters and giving them good dialogue and outfits and stuff like that, but I think the combat is one of the best things about the game altogether. Let's see. So, moving on. If you already have level 50 characters, you don't have to worry about anything. If everyone's already, if you've played this game every waking moment and, you've got all your characters maxed out, then, none of this is going to retroactively come back to haunt you or something. You're not gonna lose XP points or something. But yeah, they said that the pacing is overwhelming and confusing to new players. And yeah, it's a little weird when all of a sudden, you have a whole bunch of skill points to spend. You kind of lose that sense of progression. And yeah, there is kind of a bummer when you hit that ceiling too quick and it's like you still have a lot to do. But, it kind of kills the flow of the game a little bit. So, that's really all I can say about that. Now, the next thing is the cosmetic rework. They want to rework how players obtain certain cosmetic items with the goal of providing more player agency and clarity about how to obtain them by removing the randomness. So, what I was saying is that probably I have this game on PS5 and PC. I've probably invested couple hundred hours on each platform, and I've probably gotten patterns from chests or whatever source, even from playing the game, just being quests and whatnot, because some you earn by playing the game. I've probably gotten like 5 across my entire experience. So like the randomness is not great. I don't feel like I'm getting cosmetics by playing the game naturally. Now, when I do play the game and I earn units and I spend those in the in-game store, which is with the in-game currency, not real-world money, yeah, occasionally it's a bit of a grind, but most of the good costumes are not available in the in-game store. So here's the next problem: the marketplace. That's really the only place to get the good stuff. To be 100% honest, most of the good stuff, which this week happens to be a very good week. So this is a perfect segue. They are going to overhaul the cosmetics, and as I talked, it's a very low point where it just feels like cosmetics are very random, like you don't really get them enough. It doesn't keep you playing. You're not grinding to try to unlock a certain cosmetic. That in other games can definitely drive your wanting to play the game on a weekly basis or whatever to unlock whatever's available. Definitely a good decision for them down the road. So they'll have more details on that later, but let's use that as the perfect segue here. This is the Black Widow Liquidator costume, and I have great things to say about this one. I like the different texture that they've introduced here. We've seen it in the cosmonaut costume of hers, where it was like a full orange outfit. So this one kind of has that, but it's more of a shiny red. And so that red theme is used as accents throughout. We got the goggles, which look really cool. You've got a little bit of lighting there on the bracers. There's like a little red light there that I think, if that's one, or is that, might be exposed skin. I don't know. No, it's a light. Yeah, you can see it glowing. You can see it just flashing right at the end of her bracer, close to the elbow there. There's a little flashing red light. It looks good. Lots of tactical looking straps and stuff like that. Looks good. So it's a unique thing, and I think it was worth it. So as you can see, I've already purchased these this week. Miss Marvel with the Karachi outfit. This one looks great. I haven't seen them do anything like this, but having the hood and obscuring the face and stuff like that. And this is also a reference to her look in the comics. You also look at the sandals there. Actually looks really nice too. So yeah, nice. I think I've seen a lot of feedback from the community on this one, and apparently people are loving this reference to the comics. So I mean, you just gotta lean into stuff like this. I think this was a good week for the marketplace, because if we come over here and look at Thor, technically this one, textures didn't load right away there. But yeah, this is technically it's a reskin, right? But the gold accents are in the right places, and this is a really good color combination that really, I think, looks good. And I as soon as I saw it, I was like, I gotta have it. So I know I already have that costume in several different colors, but I was like, you know what, gold kind of hitting a home run here. And kind of the same with Hulk this week. This one's really interesting. It's a different look. It's got all these beads. Of course, these necklaces here have physics, which I thought was really cool. I think the color scheme looks nice. It's something I don't think I've seen before. I don't usually buy Hulk outfits. So the fact that I just saw this one was like, you know what, I gotta have it. So what I was saying earlier, it does feel like most of the good skins are available via the marketplace. So they definitely need to get in and address what's going on in game. And we need to have good ways to grind to get those skins that feels natural and not just like a stroke of luck. I need to know that I could do certain activities on a weekly basis, or a certain amount of currency is going to let me purchase a random pattern and roll the dice. There's a lot they could do with that. So yeah, we're currently looking at the PC version here. Something else I thought would be really cool is that I actually really love this because it showcases the graphics and it looks good. I wish they would update it and, maybe have it show what skin you have on each character, or potentially if you wanted, maybe have like your photo mode photos cycle through here. That could be really cool for the people that really like in-game photography and do a really good job with that. I could see it backfiring if your in-game photos don't look so great. So that's why I kind of push the idea of like, well, why don't we just allow you to essentially just change the skin. I don't know how easy that would be. You might have to redo all the animations. I don't know if it's just changing a skin is just like putting a filter over this video. So it may not be the easiest thing in the world. I got some pretty nasty load times, I guess. The SSD I'm using a little bit of a downgrade here. We're on 500 gigabyte one rather than our 2 terabyte one. But sometimes I get stuck here on the load screens a little longer than should be. But I wanted to just go into the game so we could talk about some additional stuff really quickly. Yeah, here we are. Okay. Pile of leaves there. Okay, so yeah, what I was talking about earlier is not, just to be clear, not these scores. That's your power. That's kind of your average of all your gear. We were talking about this. So all of a sudden you'd have a bunch of skill points, and like it feels more organic to have to upgrade one ability at a time and really pick where you're putting your points, and have to go through each of these categories here and like read and learn what build works for you. Maybe even go online and see requests from YouTubers and such, and see what builds they recommend, and if that suits your gameplay style, stuff like that. If you're interested in me making build videos, I certainly could, and I would love to. But I don't want to go into the effort of doing that if the audience is not there and not willing. I don't want to waste time. So only if you guys want it, request it in the comments, like the video, all that kind of stuff. That gives me, that type of analytics tells me how to move forward with the content. So yeah, and kind of the other thing is like the challenges. Like once you've maxed out your challenge card, there's like really nowhere else to go. I used to log on daily or a couple days a week and kind of try to get some challenges out of the way. I hope they will expand the challenge cards for multiple characters over time and keep you unlocking resources, because you kind of hit a dead end at some point with the resources. You just have to grind end game content because you're not getting it from the pass here anymore, and it gets really expensive when you get into the end game. You start running out of supplies and stuff. I don't really have to worry about that too much with the PC because I haven't grinded quite as much as I have on PS5. But yeah, those are the two things I wanted to really hit on today. I will have a link in the description below for those of you interested in the next gen capabilities trailer that Crystal Dynamics put out. Link to that video down there. It talks about the specifics, what you can expect with the Xbox Series X and S, and of course the PS5. So I want to thank you guys for watching this video. Please like if you enjoyed it. Consider subscribing to the channel for more content like this. We'll see you next time.